I want to look inside this SSG11 just to make sure I didn't buy an SSG10 A4. This isn't a tutorial on how to take this rifle apart. You'll see that one next week. I got the bolt out, it's apart. There are a couple differences. Let's take a close look at them. The first thing you notice about this piston, other than the fact that it's red, is it has threads on it. So you can purchase weights from Novritsch to make yourself a weighted piston. Or you can use this weighted tape to make your own weighted piston. Link in the description. Looking at the spring guide, this bad boy is hollow. And I know why. Because there's a rod inside your cylinder. Let's take a look at it. Once you unscrew the rear cap to the bolt and take the bolt handle off, you can pull out this stainless steel rod. And it actually is a good idea in this rifle. On the SSG10, when you cycle this bolt, the spring can twist and kink up inside your rifle. That metal rod that sits here inside your spring guide allows your spring guide to rotate so that that doesn't happen. The loading block looks very similar to the SSG10, with the exception that the magazine release button is actually held in place on top of the loading block, friction fit, inside this little square that's been cut out to fit it. The trigger assembly is red. I'm not going to take it apart because I don't want to mess with it right now. But the big thing is you'll notice this switch right here on the top that you use to keep your bolt in place and also to release it for the quick change spring. Before you can remove the barrel and the hop-up chamber, you have to remove the TDC. The inner barrel on this SSG11 is completely stainless steel, which is awesome because the SSG10 has a brass barrel. Stainless steel has a lower shrinkage coefficient than brass, which means it maintains its inner diameter a lot better during cold weather. This stock SSG10 hop-up chamber looks like the Action Army and the full thrust chamber had a baby. Let's crack it open and see what's inside. The barrel is held in place in the hop-up chamber through a friction fit. Once you take it off, you'll notice something really different about the end of this barrel. The window for the bucking on the Novritsch barrel is a lot longer and wider than a standard BSR-10 barrel that you find on the SSG-10. This bucking got stuck in a hop-up chamber. Took me a couple minutes to figure out how to get it out, and then about 5 minutes to slowly get it out. And I'm glad I got it out because it was covered with grease, and I cleaned it off with this alcohol pad. Novritsch refers to this bucking as an immortal R-hump style bucking. Now I know that R-hump buckings don't have any nubs inside the bucking, and this one doesn't either. And it really confused me at first until I placed the TDC over the top of the bucking and I saw how that oversized window and this TDC and this bucking work together. One last thing I want to show you is this one-piece upper. This barrel doesn't float like it does on the SSG-10s. It is one solid piece that reduces vibration and adds to consistency. So is the SSG11 really an SSG-10 A4? I think not. Because of the improvements and the capability in this rifle, I think it stands on its own. Thanks for watching to the end with me, my dudes. I really appreciate it. And also be looking for that video on how to disassemble, clean, and reassemble the SSG11. That will be coming out next week. I also have a whole playlist right here of different things specific about the SSG11. This is Shreq, over and out.